Rabbi Shimon opened, saying, "In the beginning God created." This verse calls for contemplation, for anyone claiming that there is another God is extirpated from worlds, as is said, "Thus shall you say to them, the gods who did not make heaven and earth shall perish from earth and from under these heavens, for there is no God other than the Blessed Holy One alone." Now this verse is in Aramaic, except for the word ending the verse. If you suppose that this is because holy angels do not attend to Aramaic nor recognize it, then this word should have been spoken in the holy tongue, so that holy angels will listen and be obliged to acknowledge it. But indeed, precisely because of this, it is written in Aramaic. For since holy angels do not attend to it, they will not become jealous of a human and harm him. For those holy angels are included in this verse, since they are called Elohim, gods. They are included in the category of gods, though they did not make heaven and earth. Ve'arka, and earth. The verse should read Ve'aria, but Arka is one of those 7 earths below, site of descendants of Cain. After he was banished from the face of the earth, he descended there, generating offspring. He blundered there, knowing nothing. It is a dual earth, dualized by darkness and light. 2 officials rule there, one ruling darkness, the other light, inciting one another. When Cain descended there, they joined together, were completed as one, entirely befitting the offspring of Cain. So they have 2 heads like 2 snakes, but the one of light rules, prevailing, defeating the other. So those of darkness merged in those of light, and they became one. Those 2 officials are Afrira and Kastimon, who resemble 6-winged holy angels. One resembles an ox, the other an eagle, but when they join, they are transformed into the image of a human being. In darkness, they turn into the image of a 2-headed serpent, moving like a serpent, then swooping into the abyss, bathing in the vast ocean. Reaching the chains of Uzzah and Azael, they agitate and arouse them. These then leap into the dark mountains, thinking the Blessed Holy One is about to call them to judgment. Those 2 officials swim the vast ocean and fly through the night to Naamah, mother of demons, after whom the primordial deities strayed. They intend to approach her, but she leaps 60,000 parasangs, transmogrifying herself into countless figures confronting human beings, so that they stray after her. These 2 officials fly and roam throughout the world, then return to their abode, arousing those descendants of Cain to generate offspring by the spirit of evil impulses. The heavens ruling there do not resemble these, nor does the earth bear seed and harvest through their power as does this, and they only cycle once in many years of seasons. These gods who did not make heaven and earth shall perish from the higher earth of the world, so that they will not rule over it, nor roam through it, causing humans to defile themselves through a nocturnal mishap. So they shall perish from the earth and from under the heavens, fashioned by the name Ele, these, as explained. That is why this verse is written in Aramaic, so that the celestial angels will not think it is being said about them and denounce us. So the mystery of Ele accords with what has been said. It constitutes a sacred word not to be exchanged for Aramaic. Rabbi Eliezer said to him, "This verse that is written, Who would not be in awe of you, O King of the nations? For it befits you. What kind of praise is that? He replied, Eliezer, my son, this verse has been discussed in various places, but it is certainly not so, for it is written, Since among all the wise of the nations and among all their kingdoms there is none like you, providing a pretext for sinners who think that the Blessed Holy One does not know their thoughts and fantasies, so their stupidity must be exposed. Once a Gentile philosopher came to me and said, You claim that your God rules all the heights of heaven, that all the hosts and camps cannot grasp or know his sight. Well, this verse does not exalt him very well, since among all the wise of the nations and among all their kingdoms there is none like you. What kind of comparison is this to human beings who do not endure? Furthermore, you say, Never again did there arise in Israel a prophet like Moses. In Israel none arose, but among the nations of the world one did. Similarly, I can say, Among all the wise of nations there is none like him, but among the wise of Israel there is. If so, a God who has an equal among the wise of Israel is not a God who reigns supreme. Look closely at the verse, and you will find I have been fittingly precise. I replied, You have certainly spoken well. Who revives the dead? The Blessed Holy One alone. Along came Elijah and Elisha, and they revived the dead. Who makes the rain fall? The Blessed Holy One alone. Along came Elijah and withheld it, and then brought it down through his prayer. Who created heaven and earth? The Blessed Holy One alone. Abraham came, and they were firmly established because of him. Who controls the sun? The Blessed Holy One. Joshua came and calmed it down, commanding it to stand in place, and it stood still, as is written, The sun stood still, and the moon halted. The Blessed Holy One issues decrees. Similarly, Moses issued decrees, which were fulfilled. Further, the Blessed Holy One issues decrees, and the righteous of Israel abolish them, as is written, The righteous one rules the awe of God. Further, he commanded them to walk in his ways, literally imitating him consummately. That philosopher went and converted in the village of Shechleim. They called him Yose the Small. He studied Torah intensively and is considered one of the righteous sages of that place. Now we should contemplate the verse. Isn't it already written, All the nations are as nothing before him? What amplification appears here? But who would not be in awe of you, O King of the nations? Is he then King of the nations and not King of Israel? The Blessed Holy One always desires to be glorified through Israel, and is named for Israel alone, as is written, God of Israel, God of the Hebrews. And similarly, thus says Yod-He-Vav-He, King of Israel. King of Israel indeed. The nations of the world said, We have another patron in heaven, since your king rules only over you, not over us. So the verse comes and says, Who would not be in awe of you, O King of the nations? Supreme King, ruling them, punishing them, implementing his will upon them. For it befits you to be in awe of you, above and below. Since among all the wise of the nations, the mighty rulers appointed over them, and among all their kingdoms, in that kingdom on high, for there are 4 kingdoms reigning above, reigning by his will over all other nations. Nevertheless, none of them does even the slightest thing unless he commands them, as is written, "He does as he wishes with the host of heaven and with the inhabitants of earth." The wise of the nations, princes appointed on high, whose wisdom issues from his mouth, and among all their kingdoms, the reigning kingdom as explained. This is the simple meaning of the verse, but among all the wise of the nations and among all their kingdoms, in the books of the ancients I have found as follows: although those camps and hosts have been empowered over affairs of the world, and he has commanded each and every one to enact his action. Mi ayin kamoka, who is ayin like you? Who else is the holy concealed one? It is not his will that any of them act like you, for you are distinguished in esteem, distinguished from all of them in action and speech. This is Mi ayin kamoka Yod He Vav He, who is ayin like you, Yod He Vav He. Who is the holy concealed one that would act or be like you, above or below, that would resemble you at all? The act of the holy king is heaven and earth, but they are chaos, and what they desire is worthless. Of the Blessed Holy One is written, "In the beginning God created. Of their kingdoms it is written, the earth was chaos and void." Rabbi Shimon said to the companions, "Members of this wedding party, let each one of you adorn the bride with one adornment." He said to Rabbi Eliezer, his son, "Eliezer, give one present to the bride, for tomorrow when he enters the canopy, he will gaze upon those songs of praise bestowed upon her by initiates of the palace, to stand in his presence." Rabbi Eliezer opened, saying, "Who is this that ascends from the wilderness? Who is this, sum of two sanctities, two worlds in one bond, one nexus? Ascends, literally, to become the Holy of Holies, for the Holy of Holies is who and is joined with this, so that she ascends, becoming the Holy of Holies. From the wilderness, for in the desert she inherited the role of bride, entering the canopy. Further, from the Midbar, wilderness, she ascends, as is said, U Midbarek, and your speech is lovely. By that Midbar speech, by the whispering of lips, she ascends. We have learned. What is the meaning of the verse, "These mighty gods"? These are the gods who smote the Egyptians with every kind of plague, Ba Midbar, in the wilderness. Was it in the wilderness that the Blessed Holy One did everything to them? It was an inhabited land. Rather, Ba Midbar means Ba Dibura, speech. As is said, U Midbarek, and your speech is lovely. Similarly, Mi Midbar Harim, from wilderness mountains. From speech he raised. So too she ascends from Ha Midbar, indeed from Ha Midbar. By that word of the mouth she ascends, nestling between the mother's wings. Afterward, through speech she descends, hovering over the heads of the holy people. How does she ascend by speech? First, upon rising in the morning, one should bless his Lord the moment he opens his eyes. How can he bless? This is what the ancient Hasidim used to do. In front of them was a receptacle of water, and when they awoke at night, they would wash their hands, rise, and study Torah, and offer a blessing over the crowing of the rooster. For the moment that the rooster crows is precisely midnight, when the Blessed Holy One appears with the righteous in the Garden of Eden. It is forbidden to bless with impure, filthy hands, and similarly at all times. For when a person is sleeping, his spirit flies away from him, and as his spirit flies off, an impure spirit is ready to settle on his hands, defiling them. So it is forbidden to offer a blessing with them without first washing. Now if you ask, if so, then during the daytime, when one has not been sleeping and his spirit has not flown away and no impure spirit rests upon him, why is one who enters the bathroom forbidden to bless or read Torah, even a single word, until after washing his hands? If you say the reason is that his hands are dirty, not so. How have they become dirty? The answer is, woe to the inhabitants of the world who fail to consider, who are unaware of the glory of their Lord, who do not realize the foundation of the world's existence. There is one spirit in every bathroom of the world, dwelling there, reveling in that dirt and filth, and it settles immediately on the fingers of one's hands. Rabbi Shimon opened, saying, "Whoever rejoices on the festivals without giving the Blessed Holy One his share, that stingy one, evil-eyed Satan, arch-enemy, appears and accuses him, removes him from the world. How much compounded suffering he brings upon him." The share of the Blessed Holy One consists in gladdening the poor as best as one can. For on these days the Blessed Holy One comes to see those broken vessels of his. Entering their company and seeing they have nothing to celebrate, he weeps over them and then ascends to destroy the world. Many members of the Academy come before him and plead, "Master of the universe, you are called compassionate and gracious. May your compassion be aroused for your children." He answers them, "Don't the inhabitants of the world realize that I based the world solely on love? As is written, I said, the world shall be built on love. By this the world endures." The angels on high declare before him, "Master of the universe, look at so-and-so who is eating and drinking his fill. He could be generous with the poor, but he gives them nothing." The accuser comes, claims permission, and sets out in pursuit of that human being. Who in the world was greater than Abraham, who acted kindly to all creatures? What is written concerning the day that he prepared a feast? The child grew and was weaned, and Abraham held a great feast on the day that Isaac was weaned. He made a feast, inviting all the dignitaries of his generation. We have learned, whenever there is a joyous meal, the accuser comes to observe. If the host has first provided for the poor or invited them into his home, then the accuser departs from the house without entering. If not, he enters and witnesses the chaos of revelry, without any poor, without prior generosity toward the poor. Then he ascends, accusing the host. As Abraham welcomed the dignitaries, the accuser descended and stood at the door, disguised as a poor man. No one paid him any attention. Abraham was waiting on those kings and princes. Sarah was suckling all their babies because they did not believe that she had given birth. They said, "It is a foundling from off the streets." So when they brought along their babies, Sarah took them and suckled them in front of everyone, as is written, "Who would have said to Abraham, Sarah will suckle children?" Children, literally. Meanwhile, the accuser was still at the door. She said, "God has made a laughingstock of me." At once the accuser rose to face the Blessed Holy One. He exclaimed, Master of the universe, you called Abraham my beloved. He held a feast and gave me nothing, and nothing to the poor. To you he didn't offer even a single dove. Furthermore, Sarah said that you made fun of her. The Blessed Holy One replied, "Who in the world is like Abraham?" But he held his ground until he ruined all that joy, and the Blessed Holy One commanded that Isaac be offered as a sacrifice, and it was decreed that Sarah die in anguish over her son's ordeal. All that suffering came about because he gave nothing to the poor. Rabbi Shimon opened, saying, "What is the meaning of the verse? Hezekiah turned his face to the wall and prayed to Yod-He-Vav-He. Come and see how potent is the power of Torah, how supreme above all. For whoever engages in Torah has no fear of those above and those below, nor of any grave sickness in the world, since he grasps the tree of life and learns from it every day. For Torah teaches a person to follow the true path, advises him how to return to his Lord, nullifying that decree. Even if it has been ordained that the decree not be nullified, it is annulled immediately and removed from him, looming over him no longer in this world. So one should engage in Torah day and night, never departing from her, as is written, meditate on it day and night. If one departs from Torah or separates from her, it is like separating oneself from the tree of life. Come and see this advice. When one climbs into bed at night, he should accept upon himself wholeheartedly the kingdom on high, and in advance deliver to him the pledge of his soul. At once he is protected from any grave illness or maleficent spirit, which are powerless against him. In the morning, upon rising from bed, one should bless his Lord, enter his house, bow down in great awe before his sanctuary, and then offer his prayer. He should seek advice from those holy patriarchs, as is written, "As for me, through your abundant love, I will enter your house. I will bow down at your holy sanctuary in awe of you." So they have established. A person should not enter the synagogue without first consulting Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for they innovated prayer to the Blessed Holy One, as is written, "As for me, through your abundant love, I will enter your house, Abraham. I will bow down at your holy sanctuary, Isaac. In awe of you, Jacob." One should embrace them first, then enter the synagogue and offer one's prayer. So it is written, "He said to me, 'You are my servant, Israel, in whom I will be glorified.'" Rabbi Pinchas used to frequent Rabbi Rahumai by the shore of Lake Ginosar. He was distinguished, advanced in years, and his eyes had transcended seeing. He said to Rabbi Pinchas, "Truly I have heard that our companion Yochai has a pearl, a precious stone. I gazed at the light of that pearl, issuing like the radiance of the sun from its sheath, illuminating the entire world. That light extends from heaven to earth, illumining the entire world until the Ancient of Days comes and sits fittingly upon the throne. That light is contained totally in your house, and from the light contained in your house emanates a fine thread-like ray radiating, illumining the entire world. Happy is your share. Go, my son, go out after that pearl illuminating the world, for the time is ripe." He left him and was about to board a boat along with 2 other men when he saw 2 birds come flying over the lake. He shouted to them, "Birds, birds flying over the lake, Have you seen the sight of the son of Yochai? He paused a while, and then said, Birds, birds, go and bring me a reply. They flew off. They embarked, setting off across the lake. Before he had disembarked, those birds returned, and in the mouth of one of them was a note on which was written, The son of Yochai has emerged from the cave along with his son, Rabbi Eliezer. He went to him and found him transfigured, his body full of moldy sores. He wept together with him and said, Alas, that I see you so. He replied, Happy is my share that you see me so, for had you not seen me so, I would not be so. Rabbi Shimon opened with the commandments of Torah, saying, The commandments of Torah given by the Blessed Holy One to Israel are all written in Torah in general terms. In the beginning God created. This is the first commandment of all, called Awe of Yod-He-Vav-He, which is called beginning, as is written, The beginning of wisdom is Awe of Yod-He-Vav-He. Awe of Yod-He-Vav-He is the beginning of knowledge. For this entity is named beginning. It is the gate through which one enters faith. The entire world is based upon this commandment. Awe branches in 3 directions, 2 of which are not fittingly rooted, one of which is essence of awe. There is the person who fears the Blessed Holy One, so that his children may live and not die, or who fears physical or material punishment. Because of this, he fears him constantly, but his awe is not focused on the Blessed Holy One. Then there is the person who fears the Blessed Holy One because he is afraid of the punishment of the other world and the punishment of hell. Neither of these is the essential root of awe. The essence of awe is that a person be in awe of his Lord because he is immense and sovereign, essence and root of all worlds, before whom everything is considered as nothing. As is said, all the inhabitants of the earth are considered as nothing. One should direct his desire to the sight called awe. Rabbi Shimon wept and exclaimed, Woe is me if I speak! Woe is me if I do not speak! If I speak, the wicked will know how to serve their Lord. If I do not speak, the companions will be deprived of this word. At the site where holy awe dwells, below is evil awe, beating, striking, accusing. It is a lash to whip the wicked. Whoever fears the punishment of flogging and accusation, as mentioned, that awe called awe of Yod-He-Vav-He, leading to life, does not hover over him. Who then hovers over him? Evil awe, so that lash deploys above him. Evil awe, not awe of Yod-He-Vav-He. So the site called awe of Yod-He-Vav-He is called beginning, and therefore this commandment is included here. This is the root and foundation of all the other commandments in Torah. Whoever adheres to awe adheres to all. One who does not keep the commandments of Torah, for this is the gate to all. So it is written, Bereshit, because of beginning, which is awe, God created heaven and earth. Whoever violates this violates the commandments of Torah, and his punishment is the evil lash. This is, the earth was chaos and void, with darkness over the face of the abyss, and the wind of God. These are 4 types of punishment by which the wicked are punished. Chaos is strangulation, as is written, a line of chaos, a measuring rope. Void is stoning, stones sunk in the immense abyss for punishing the wicked. Darkness is burning, as is written, when you heard the voice from the midst of the darkness, and the mountain was ablaze with fire to the heart of heaven, darkness. This is the fierce fire licking the heads of the wicked to consume them. And the wind is death by sword, a stormy wind, a sharp sword flashing in it, as is said, the flaming, ever-turning sword, called wind. Such is the punishment awaiting one who violates the commandments of Torah. It is written after awe, beginning, sum of all. Then follow the other commandments of Torah. The second commandment, one to which the commandment of awe is linked, never departing. This is love, loving one's Lord consummately. What is consummate love? Abounding love, as is written, walk in my presence and be wholehearted, consummate in love. This is what is written. God said, let there be light, consummate love, called abounding love. Here is the commandment to love one's Lord fittingly. Rabbi Eliezer said, Father, I have heard something about consummation of love. He replied, speak, my son, in the presence of Rabbi Pinchas, for he stands on this rung. Rabbi Eliezer said, abounding love is consummate love, consummate in two aspects. Unless embracing both, it is not consummate fittingly. So we have learned, love of the Blessed Holy One, branches in two directions. There is the person who loves him because he has wealth, longevity, children surrounding him. He dominates his enemies. His paths are paved. Because of this, he loves him. If things were overturned, the Blessed Holy One turning the wheel of strict judgment against him, then he would hate him, not love him at all. So this love is not rooted. The love called consummate abides in both aspects, whether judgment or favor. The ripening of the way is to love one's Lord as we have learned, even if he plucks your soul. Such love is consummate, embracing both aspects. So the light of the act of creation radiated and was then hidden away. When it was hidden, severe judgment flashed, and two aspects merged, consummating love fittingly. Rabbi Shimon, his father, took hold of him and kissed him. Rabbi Pinchas came and kissed him, then blessed him, saying, the Blessed Holy One certainly sent me here. This is the fine ray of light I was told is contained in my house, about to illumine the entire world. Rabbi Eliezer said, awe should certainly not be forgotten in any of the commandments, and should cleave especially to this commandment. How does it cleave? In one aspect, love is gracious, as explained, bestowing wealth, goodness, long life, children, and sustenance. So one should arouse awe, fearing the sway of sin. Therefore it is written, happy is one who always fears, for awe is embraced by love. Similarly, on the other side of severe judgment, one should arouse awe. When one sees severe judgment befalling him, he should then arouse awe, and fear his Lord fittingly, not hardening his heart. So it is written, but one who hardens his heart falls into evil, into that other side called evil. So awe is linked to both aspects, embraced by them. This is fittingly consummate love. The third commandment, to realize that God exists, vast and controlling the world, and to unify him fittingly each day in those 6 supernal directions, unifying them through the 6 words of Shema Israel, hear, O Israel, directing one's desire above along with them. So one should prolong Echad, one, to the length of 6 words, as is written, "Let the waters under heaven be gathered to one place. Let the rungs beneath heaven be gathered to unite with it, to be fittingly complete in 6 directions." Yet, with that unity one should bind awe, prolonging the Dalet of Echad, one, since the Dalet of Echad is large, as is written, "Let the dry land appear." Let Dalet, who is dry land, appear, and be bound in that union. After she is bound there above, one should bind her below with her forces, in 6 other directions below. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom forever and ever, comprising 6 other words of unification. Then, what was dry land is transformed into earth, generating fruit, verdure, planting trees. This corresponds to what is written, God called the dry land earth. Through that unification below, Araya, earth, fittingly consummate, Rava, desire. So it was good, twice. One for the unification above, one for the unification below. Once it was unified in both aspects, from then on, let the earth sprout vegetation, arrayed to generate fruit and verdure fittingly. The 4th commandment, to realize that Yod-He-Vav-He is Ha-Elohim, God, as is said, know today and take to heart that Yod-He-Vav-He is Ha-Elohim, God. To include the name Elohim in the name Yod-He-Vav-He, realizing they are one, indivisible. This is the mystery written. Let there be me'erot, lights in the expanse of heaven to shine upon earth, that the 2 names be one, with absolutely no division. That me'erot, lights, spelt deficiently, merge in the name of heaven, one together and indivisible, black light with white light, indivisible, and all is one. This is the white cloud of day and the cloud of fire in the night, as they have said, quality of day and quality of night, to be arrayed by each other to shine, as is said, to shine upon earth. This is the sin of the primordial serpent. He joined below, and it separated above. So he caused what he caused to the world. For one should separate below and join above. The black light should be united above in a single bond, then united with her forces of unification and separated from the evil side. Nevertheless, one should realize that Elohim Yod-He-Vav-He is entirely one, indivisible. Yod-He-Vav-He is Ha-Elohim. Once one realizes all is one and does not impose division, even that other side will disappear from the world, not be drawn below. This is the mystery written. Let them be me'erot, lights. The shell rises in the wake of the kernel. The kernel is or, light. The other side, mavet, death. Or, in letters joined together, mavet in separation. When this or disappears from there, the letters of separation join together. From these letters Eve began, bringing evil upon the world, as is written, Va'tere ha-Isha. The woman saw, reversing the letters. Mem, Vav were left. They went and took the letter Tav along with them, inflicting death upon the world, as is written, Va'tere, she saw. Rabbi Eliezer said, Father, I have learned that Mem was left alone. Vav, who is always life, was transformed. then went and took Tav, as is written, Va-tika, va-titin. She took and she gave. This word was completed, the letters joined. He said to him, Blessed are you, my son. We have established this word.